A?
B is 4 times 8 times 3. Maybe you meant D.
Oh, yeah.
4 times 8 plus 3. 4 times 8 plus 3.
Because they look the same.
Yeah,
So,
they're just slightly different.
yeah.
Okay, let's see what else you got here. Okay, so actually this is what I was referring to earlier. Let me so there's keywords here that can be used to represent each of the math operations. So let me snip those in. I mean, these are in your lesson, but I get these in here.
Okay.
So these are in your lesson, but you have to know them. You have to know that all of these could mean addition, added to, plus, the sum of, more than, increased by, the total of, longer than, older than. These all indicate addition. And these are in your lesson. You don't need to write these down, but you kind of want to start associating. You want to start associating these words with the math operation. So, for example, here, these are for subtraction.
Okay.
So subtraction is subtracted from, minus, the difference of, less than, decreased by, less, reduced by, fewer than, shorter than, younger than. So all of these are possible associations with subtraction. Okay. And there's a couple more here. Obviously, there's 4 main math operations: addition, subtraction, and then multiplication. So let me snip these in. Just look at these. It'd be great to have these on like a note card or to look at them and review, but here you go. It says multiplied by 2, or I'm sorry, multiplication. It could be multiplied by, times, the product of by itself. That's kind of a tricky one because you have to look at it in context. Combine equal groups. That one's not used very often. Twice, doubled. I mean, you could go on here. You could say tripled. Go ahead.
Is this like, I don't know, it's mostly like if you find like a word operation, like words, is this like the example of it, like what we're trying to do, or?
Yeah, so that if you go back to what we did earlier, we looked at a problem where more, you had to recognize that more was addition. Okay, so we're going to look at some more word problems where you have to figure out, well, is it addition? Is it subtraction? Is it multiplication? Or is it division? And I'll try to identify that key word for you so that you can find it. But these are words you have to sort of get down in your memory at some point.
Okay.
So they actually give you a couple of examples here for us to look at. We'll look at these. So for division here, divided by, the quotient of, separated into equal groups, share evenly with. These are all words that mean division.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, so here are a couple of examples, and you can ignore this thing on the right here. That's just a fragment. Can you do any of these? And here's the keyword: quotient, increased by, and twice as much. Do any of these can any of those stand out for math operation or another?
No.
Okay, so let's look for the word quotient. Do you see quotient in this list?
Yeah, but the quote of, does that?
Well, that's okay. Well, it's the full thing, but you're really just looking for the word quotient.
Oh, okay.
So that's 36 divided by 4, like that.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. And then increased by, let's go find increased by. Do you see increased by in here?
No.
Okay, I don't either. How about here? Do you see increased by?
No.
Okay. How about here?
Mm,
Increased by.
no.
We see decreased by.
Yeah.
So how about here? Is there an increased by for addition?
Yes.
There we go. Good. So that's addition.
Mhm.
So it's 12 plus 3. How about this last one here? Twice as much.
Twice as much.
Twice as much. Let's go look for it. Here, do you see twice as much?
No.
Okay. How about twice as much?
Mm, I only see twice, but no.
That's okay. It could say twice as much. That's fine. It's got the word twice though.
Yeah.
So that means that it's multiplication. What are you multiplying 8 by if it's twice as much?
Mm, 2 times.
2 times 8. 2 times 8. Good. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's see what math operation might be in this phrase. So here's a phrase. Okay, it says Erica removed, and that's the word we're looking for, removed 2 flowers from a vase of 6 flowers. What word phrases can you use? Sometimes you say vase instead of vase.
Yeah.
What word phrases can you use to describe the number of remaining flowers? So what math operation is removed?
That's subtract.
Yeah. Now, one of the things we could talk about also is if something is getting greater,
Mhm.
larger, it's either plus or multiplication. If it's getting smaller,
Yeah.
it's subtraction or division. So yeah, this is subtraction for this one. Good. Okay. So let's try a couple of these here. What math operation do you see here? 3 more than 6.
Oh, that's adding.
That's adding. So how would you write it over here to the right?
I would write it um 6 plus 3 or
Yep, that's correct. And the order will matter in a couple of these, so we'll get to those. Let's look at the next one here. Here's the next one.
that's divide.
Yep. So is it which can you tell me which comes first? Is it 6 divided by 3 or is it 3 divided by 6?
Um 6 divided by 3.
Yeah, it's in the order that it appears. Okay, good. All right, 3 less than 6.
We can do 6 minus 3.
Good. And then the last one here is a product. Get that snipped in. The product of 6 and 3.
6 plus 3.
So it's the word product here.
Oh, it's adding.
So more than is adding, divided by is division, less is subtraction. What's the one we've left off?
Multiply.
Yeah, multiply. So that's 6 times 3.
Okay.
All right, good job. All right, so here's a new problem for you to look at. I don't know if you remember which word of refers to.
Of wait, let me see. No, I don't remember that one.
Okay, so of means multiplication. Which would be correct then? A, B, C, or D?
B.
It's B. Yeah, good. Okay, let's look at another expression here.
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna just step away for 30 seconds, but go ahead and see if you can figure this one out, please.
Do I subtract it or?
Yeah, you can if you need to, yes.
Oh, okay.
All right, Zoe, I'm back. You said subtraction.
Yeah.
Is it 25 minus 9 or is it 9 minus 25?
25 minus 9.
Yes, very good. Excellent. Okay, let's look at a few more of these. Boy, it would be helpful if you had the notes. Okay, it's okay. So let's have you look at 4 of these and see which ones you know for sure. You can just say, oh, tell me which one is which here.
The first one, that's multiplication.
Okay, tell me the numbers. Like, is it 12 times 3, 3 times 12?
Did I tell you also what it is, like multiplication, subtraction, and division, or no?
Well, I want yeah, like what you said is correct. It is multiplication, but is it 12 times 3 or is it 3 times 12 or does it not matter?
Oh,
Because the way this is written, it's this first one, but the truth is that the order doesn't matter.
for any or?
No, for multiplication.
Oh, okay.
Multiplication and addition, the order does not matter, but for division, it does.
Okay.
How about any of the rest of these 3? Do any of the rest of these 3 stand out to you?
Product 12 times 3,
Good. That's excellent.
and then 12 plus 12, the 12 plus 3
For which one?
or more, the bottom one.
Yeah, 12 plus 3. Okay.
And then
So maybe for this one, imagine a picture.
mhm,
So you have 12
yeah,
things. I don't know what I will call them. And then there's 3 equal groups.
mhm.
Like imagine you and 11 of your friends are over here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And now you're split into 3 equal groups. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4.
For each.
Yeah, 4 each. So how do you go from 12 into 4 each?
That subtracting.
So 12 minus what gets you to 4 though?
8.
So you got to use these two numbers, 12 and 3. 12 and 3. What's the other one where it gets smaller? Let's go back up and look. So I wrote down earlier that if you want to get larger, greater, or larger, it's adding or multiplying. And if you want to get smaller, what's the other one?
Subtraction and division.
Right. So this one's not subtraction. What must it be then?
Division.
Division. Yeah, it's 12 divided by 3, like that. Okay, let's look at 4 more and see if you've got these down. Okay, look at any of these and tell me if any of them stand out to you, if any of them are obvious.
The very, very bottom is sum, so that's add.
Okay.
12 plus 3.
Okay, good.
And then the less than, that's subtraction. 12 subtracted by 3. And
Okay, good.
divided is divided, it's division. And 12 divided by 3.
Good.
And then
The difference of.
the difference is it multiplication or no?
Let's go back and look here. I thought we saw this previously. I guess it's been a while. Yeah, so we haven't seen this word yet. So difference of is right here. So it's subtraction. So is it 12 minus 3 or is it 12 or is it 3 minus 12?
12 minus 3.
Yes, that's correct. 12 minus 3. Very good. Okay. Fantastic. All right, let's see what else. That checks all those boxes.
Are we gonna do another one, another 4 boxes?
No. Just trying to find some other problems for us to look at here. This one's more complicated. All right, I see what they're trying to get you to do. Okay. All right, let me snip this in. So now we're going to talk about compound expressions, which just means that there's more to it. So I'm going to do this in pieces. How do you write the sum of 7 and 5?
7 plus 5.
7 plus 5, very good. Now, if I give you the full one, the full thing here, it says 3 times the sum of 7 and 5. 3 times the sum of 7 and 5. So here's what this means. It means to first find 7 plus 5 and then multiply it by 3.
So it's kind of like the order of operations.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit here. But we'll look at a couple more examples here of this. Give me just a moment. My screen is freezing up.
Mhm.
Come on. Okay, so let's see the difference
Mhm.
of 12 and 8. I'm sorry, 12 and 8, not 18. 12 and 8. What is the difference of 12 and 8?
The difference,
How would you write that as a math operation?
12 minus 8.
12 minus 8. Good. Now let's say it was 3 times, and then I throw in the difference of 12 and 8. Do you see that you have to first do 12 minus 8 and then multiply it by 3?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so good. Let's look at one here. Let's say I asked you to write this one. Let me snip it in here.
Mhm.
The quotient of 14 and 2. Which math operation is that? Quotient of.
Um, is it division or?
Yes, quotient is division. So it's 14 divided by 2. And then the last part here is when it says 3 more than the quotient of 14 and 2. So you have to first do the quotient, and then what do you do next?
And then
What's
after you add 3.
So 3 plus, like that. Okay, that will do it for us for today, Zoe. Good job. We got another lesson on Wednesday, but if you could let your brother know that I'm all ready for him, and we'll see you in a few days.
Goodbye. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye now.
Hello.
Hey, Michael, how are you?
Good.
How was your weekend?
Good.
Did you do any? I believe you're doing what martial arts, or I'm sorry, what are you doing?
It's jujitsu.
Jujitsu. My apologies. How was your jujitsu? Did you do any of that this weekend?
Yeah.
Is that a yes?
Yeah.
How was it?
Good.
All right. It's great to hear. So you told me last time you wanted to work on long division. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's take a look at some long division problems. Let's say I want to know how many times does 7 go into 105 like this. Now, do you have your multiplication table handy?
Yeah, but it only goes to 12.
Okay, well, we'll keep the numbers under 12 for now. All right, so how many times does 7 go into 10? Start with that. How many times does 7 go into 10?
1.
1 time, so you put the 1 above the 0, because it doesn't go into 1, but it goes into 10. So what is 1 times 7?
7.
7. You subtract. What is 10 minus 7?
2.
Try again.
3.
It's 3. And then you bring down this number 5. How many times does 7 go into 35?
5.
5 times. And what is 5 times 7?
5.
Say that again.
35.
35, you subtract and you get 0. Good. All right, let me find a little more difficult one here. Okay, let's say I wanted you to take 374 and divide it by 11. Which number goes outside of the house? Which number goes inside the house?
11.
11 outside and then 374 on the inside. Okay.
I'll be back because I gotta go get some paper and pen.
Sure, sounds good.
I'm back.
Okay, you got to tell me how many times does 11 go into 37?
3 times.
3 times. So where does the 3 go? Does it go above the 3 or above the 7?
12.
Where does the 3 go? Above the 3 or above the 7?
Below.
It goes above. It goes above the 7. Okay, what is 3 times 11?
33.
33. Okay. So 33 goes down here, and then you subtract. What is 37 minus 33?
4.
4. And then you bring down this 4. How many times does 11 go into 44?
4.
4 times. What is 4 times 11?
44.
44. And then you subtract. And what's left over?
0. I'm gonna write all of it down.
Okay, go ahead and write all that down.
Okay.
You got it all down?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try another problem here. 776 divided by 8. So let's put 8 outside the house, 776 inside the house. Now, does 8 go into this first 7?
No.
No. So you could put a 0 up here, but you don't need to. Does 8 go into 77?
Yes.
Yes. How many times? That's what you've got to tell me. How many times does 8 go into 77?
9.
9 times. Good. What is 9 times 8?
72.
72. You subtract. What is 77 minus 72?
74. Wait, I mean 2.
77 minus 72. You've got to be able to figure that out. Try again.
Five.
It's 5, and then you bring down the 6. So how many times does 8 go into 56?
7.
Yeah, 7 times. What is 7 times 8?
72. Wait, no.
Try again.
56.
56. Subtract.
0.
Get 0. Good. You ready to try one on your own?
No.
Well, you got to. Well, you have to. Okay, let's have you try one on your own here. So I want you to take See how many times does 6 go into 2,226?
Oh,
So give that a try, please. If you have questions, of course, please ask. Be happy to answer them, but give this a try and see what kinds of questions you have.
so where do I put the first number? I mean,
Well, what is
I-
the first number? So what have you tried?
uh, 3, but
So does 6 go into 2?
no,
Does it go into 22?
yes.
3 times, so it goes above the second 2.
Okay.
Good.
Uh, I didn't get the whole answer because I did all the steps and I only have 2 numbers.
Okay, what is 3 times 6?
18.
18. Did you subtract 22 minus 18?
Yes.
What is that?
4.
Okay, good. 4, and then you bring down the 2. So how many times does 6 go into 42?
7 times.
7 times. So the 7 goes up here. What is 7 times 6?
42.
Okay, so you subtract, and it's 0, so you bring down this last number. You bring that down? How many times does 6 go into 6?
1 time.
1 time. 1 times 6 is 6. You subtract and get 0.
Hey, that was the confusing part.
Go ahead and get this down. We're going to do another one.
Okay. Okay, I'm done.
All right, let's have you try another one here. Let's say I asked you to do 882 divided by 3. What goes outside the house and what goes inside the house?
3 goes outside of the house and 882 goes inside the house.
Good. Good. Go ahead and give this a try.
Okay, I'm done.
What is your answer?
284.
Close, real close here. So it's definitely 3 goes into 8 2 times. 8 minus 6 is 2, bring down the 8. How many times does 3 go into 28?
Wait, 9 times.
9 times. 9 times 3 is 27. Subtract 1.
Okay, that's the part that I missed.
Yes. Good. Let's have you try one more here. Let's have you try 684 divided by 12. 684 divided by 12.
I have a question.
Okay, what is your question?
So I did 12 times. So I put the 8. So do I bring down the 4?
Does 12 go into 6 or does it go into 68?
68.
Okay, how many times does it go into 68?
5.
Okay, so it goes above the 8.
Okay.
Does that answer your question or is that still?
It's about I did 5 times that and subtracted 60. So
Okay, what do you get when you subtract?
you get 8. And do I bring down the 4?
Yes. You have a final answer for me?
Yeah, but because I subtracted the last number 84 minus 72 and it's 12.
So that means that you didn't get a big enough number because 12 goes into 84 perfectly. You should see that on your multiplication table.
Oh, now I see it. Okay, I saw it. So
Should be a 7 here.
yeah, I have the phone.
And then 84, you subtract and get 0.
Well,
Just-
I got the 57.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's do at least one more here. Let's do a little bit harder one here. Let's do 3,558 divided by 6.
Okay. I got it.
All right, what is your final answer?
So I didn't double check, so I'm not 100% sure if it is
Okay,
593.
yeah, that's completely correct. Very good. Awesome. Okay, well, in just a couple minutes we have left, let's talk about some fraction stuff again.
Okay.
So I've got a fraction here that's 7 divided by 4. It's a fraction. And this can be written as 7 times 1 divided by 4. Okay, so just let's stare at that for a moment, let that sink in. And let's look at another fraction. Let's say it's 9 divided by 8. This can be written as 9 times 1 divided by 8. So all I'm doing is I'm taking that bottom number and putting it over here on the right, the top number over here on the also on the right, but left of it, and putting a 1 above the fraction.
Okay.
And the reason this works is because if you multiply the top, you get 7 and you keep the bottom. Similarly, if you multiply the top, you get 9 and you keep the bottom, like that. Okay, so here's another example. Let's say it's 11 over 3. This is 11 times 1 divided by 3.
Okay.
And again, it works out just the same. 11 times 1, which is 11 over 3 over 3, like that. All right, well, that'll do it for us for today, Michael. Great job. We've got another lesson on Wednesday. I know you're finishing up school this week, so we'll do whatever you got for the week, and we'll keep it going. Thank you very much for letting me help you today. I'll see you on Wednesday.
See you on Wednesday.
All right, bye now.